Hey guys, this is Laura with McLeod Homestead, and I'm just going to take you guys a little tour of the garden to give you a little update on what I've been doing off and on throughout the week. First I'm going to show you in here my pepper plant. See how horrible it looks? It was doing so great, and this little one down here, horrible. I probably killed them. And why? Because I took the hose and put it on mist to try and clean, because they are full. Let's see, I don't know if you can see. They are full of aphids. And I've put stuff on them constantly, as you can see, and it just doesn't seem to matter. I cannot get rid of them. So if anybody has any suggestions on what I can do, because this happens to all my pepper plants, and if I put them outside, the ants get on them and eat them off, which is what saved some last year, but I can't move this tote back outside because it's hydroponics. And it's starting with these ones now, and I put stuff on it, but I'm probably going to set these outside, but gotta harden them off a little bit. So let's take a look. These okra plants aren't doing too bad. Let's see, I got the aphids were on them too, but I've got them off of here. I ended up using that 7 chemical, and it worked on these, but not working on my peppers. And these look great, huge. Even got some tomatoes instead of peppers. And look at this. Tomatoes instead of peppers. What I'm really amazed with is, look at this watermelon that I brought in here. It is really taken off now that I brought it in here and put it in on its own. It's really doing wonderful. So I even, let's see if I can find it. It's tiny. There it is. I got a little watermelon. These pepper plants are doing good. No bugs on them. The sweet potato vine. And then just some carrots. So that's all I've really got going on in the greenhouse right now. So let's come on out and just take a look at what's going on outside. You know, it's that time of year where a lot of my plants are starting to really look crappy. So that's some basil. That's looking good. These plants. That's a volunteer tomato. I'm going to blame that one on my son, seeing as how he likes to steal my tomatoes and eat, and it wouldn't surprise me some seeds got in there. My borage, that's looking kind of old. But that's alright. We still got some new blossoms and flowers. Same with this side. That's my weed that I let just go to flower. Just left it. This basil's looking great. My little plant back there with flowers. This basil is probably going to get harvested. Got a bunch of spaghetti sauce I got to make. And then whatever volunteer that was, it's like a zucchini. I haven't really done much in here. I see I've got some spinach I need to harvest, but not a whole lot there. This I got stood back up yesterday. This tomato plant. Look at all, it's just so full of all the little tomatoes everywhere. And the family's favorite this year, the Brad's Atomic Grapes. See that? That's when I've been harvesting them, is when they've got some orange on them, and family just loves them. So I'll definitely be growing them again next year. That's a definite given. So let's take a look. Let's do a little scan. Okay, these are squash. Been getting lots of yellow. Well, let's come take a look. I got that little yellow squash on a little tiny plant. What do we got going on in here? Oh, got a little squash there. Got a flower in there. But just took the squash off of that one the other day. Got a yellow squash there. And got a zucchini. Nothing on that one. Another little yellow squash on another little yellow plant. Let's come over here. The heat really kind of quit the production a lot, and now that it's kind of cooled down, yep, we got a zucchini here growing. We're starting to get a lot more. Oops, yellow squash. Trying to find it with the camera. There it is. But we're starting to get a lot more production again. See, look at this one. We got a couple that died out, but we got a couple that. And then these are beans. I've been doing a harvest every other day on the beans. And every time I harvest out of here with the beans right now, I'm getting 2 quarts to can. So, and the corn, yeah, I might get a couple ears that we can eat off of. But the beans are doing great. Then we come over here. These carrots in the pots. Okra. Now here's a pepper plant. And there's a pepper plant. And here's a pepper plant. My Kajari melons, they've been doing good. We've gotten some off and they're really good. Definitely going to grow these again. But definitely. Look at that baby. Well, we got more back there. Doing really good. So we have this empty space, right? And there's that barrel sitting there. I took out 2 cucumber plants, got rid of them. They're pretty well done. This I'm leaving to go to seed. But, oh, didn't mean to pick that, but I am still producing lots of cucumbers. And I am all cucumbered out. I have been giving them away. So losing a few cucumber plants is not too scary to me. Oh, look at the corn. See what I mean? Got a few little ears here and there. And I've just been kinda, because it looks like might not get some of the seeds down on there to fertilize. Try and help them. But I'm in my corn. Oh. Okay. That's doing beautiful. I've really got to figure out how to harvest some amaranth. And the same with the St. John's wort. And this, look at that. There's a beautiful actual ladybug on my dill that it just won't focus on. I'm leaving you alone, you're a good thing. But I've been harvesting a lot off this dill, obviously. Harvested a bunch of parsley yesterday for dinner. Gotta do more because I'm gonna be making spaghetti sauce. Got a couple beets. Gonna be pulling here. And then onions. This is just waiting for me to plant garlic. The oregano needs harvested for sauce. More onions. More dill. More basil. Lemon balm, I gotta get that harvested. These navy beans. Some of the plants are starting to die out, so it's about time to start harvesting the dried out pods. And I've gotten to the point to where right now I'm not really worrying about the weeds. Just kind of letting things go. I got another little blue pumpkin started. But this is that plant that goes all the way over to there. And that plant goes all the way over there by the artichokes. But I've just been kind of letting them go. Like right there, them beans. These are pinto beans over here. A couple cucumber plants in there. Some more oregano. So in here, I see this cucumber plant. It's getting more flowers and stuff. But I had to take the one cucumber plant on this side out. It was dead, done. That other watermelon that I moved over here, it didn't survive. That little watermelon that was on it, I cut it open, and even though it wasn't fully ripe, it actually was pretty darn good. So I will try the yellow moon and stars again next year. So this barrel has some water in it. That tomato one doesn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start siphoning water out of this and put in there just probably about 5-10 gallons just to hopefully get that tomato plant to survive. This one is obviously doing wonderful, harvesting little tomatoes off of it every day. Lots of new flowers on it. That big pumpkin. Got a bunch of beans over here about ready to be harvested. Something's been in here eating the leaves, I see. So yep, time to get that stuff harvested. Probably do that today. The acorn squash or the acorn plant still looking good. But there's that Blue Bayou pumpkin plant. Going that way. Let's take a walk over around the other side. See, this is just full. Just waiting. Beautiful. Everywhere. And they taste amazing. Yum. So yeah, like I said, my hillbilly here, you can tell, drying out. This is my loofah. I got rid of this cucumber plant. Put some water in this. Of course, when I say I put water in, I put chemicals with it. And it really is taking off again. Look at the loofahs growing. This is the first loofah. I mean, here's another one. These zucchinis, again, I had to put more water in. And I've got I got a couple there growing. So, that's awesome. Woo-hoo. And it's become a maze to try. Oh, there's another one. Become a maze trying to get through here without breaking things. Oh, and another one over here. So yeah, zucchini's doing great. Another one of them pretty little flowers. More opal basil. That is acorn and pumpkin. See, I got the powdery mildew on the acorn. Not even going to treat it right now. More blossoms on that pumpkin. My artichokes are doing good. I'll clean them up soon. Get them back in the greenhouse. Still got cabbage heads forming. This one, real tiny yet, but something has been digging in here. Peas are all done. I've got to get new seeds started. Swiss chard is doing good. Look at this pumpkin in here. Look how big that is. I mean, that is massive. I'm just waiting. That is going to be so exciting to try. And I'll take you guys with me when I do. So my grapes, they're growing slow but sure, even with the damage from the Japanese beetles they've had. As you can see, flying around, I've got cabbage moths. So, cauliflower, it's growing great, but still don't see any cauliflower head. Celery. More opal basil. All my red cabbage, doing great. More borage. I gotta get some of that harvested in the dehydrator. Look at that opal basil. And onions. You see I got some onions that have flopped over, so I'm gonna have to pick. This volunteer tomato plant. More borage. And look at that. Look at the acorn. Just hanging. Zucchini plants are all doing good. Got powdery mildew. So a lot of things are going to be starting to really die out. But look at the heads on this red cabbage. Nice and tight and beautiful. Just beautiful. Nothing else, we will have lots of red cabbage. So the peanuts are still growing, still alive. This is the back side of the grape garden. See, nice foliage growing. And there's that acorn. Right there, I've got two of them. Got a nice one there. Another one down there in the ground. So you got that one. And you got one out here. That one died. That's pretty nasty. This doesn't even feel like an acorn. I don't know what that is. That's not acorn. apparently I have some other kind of plant in there. Almost looks like a type of pumpkin. If you look in there, you can see another zucchini. And if we come over here, down in there, there's another zucchini. Down in there. So here we go, getting into my big garden, my arch. Isn't that pretty? It is starting to look so nice walking through here. No idea what that is. Has a white flower. Does not look like my loofahs. I've got two of them. This is supposed to be a cantaloupe, but that looks like acorn to me. There ain't no way that's a cantaloupe, but that's what that is supposed to be. That's what it's labeled. So, really interesting, but see, it's white flowers. So, there's my loofah. This is my loofah plant. See all the little loofahs? I don't know if I can get it to see all the little loofahs on them. But that's what it looks like when you come in. Gotta get somebody in here that's taller that can get that up there for me. But look at there, I got another one growing down. I'm gonna have to go through my seeds to see what it's supposed to be, but it's soft. Little fine hairs, but see, here's another cantaloupe plant. They have yellow flowers. Look at down here, it almost looks like another acorn down here. Well, if I can get the basil out of the way. Interesting. See, look at that. See, the way that is, that looks like a loofah. And I did plant a loofah over here. My other loofahs didn't look like that. And they were supposed to be cantaloupes. Okay, I'm dwelling. Okay, these green beans are pretty well died out. I get a few off every other day. Same with Alex's tomato plant. It's still holding on. I get tomatoes here and there. There's quite a few on. But nothing major. I see I got one there. Them Pam pumpkins have been being eaten. Of course. But here's my tomato plants. Doing good. Looking kind of crappy, but they're still producing, and it cooled down and we got a lot of rain and stuff, and just look at the tops now. Tops look great. Bunch new flowers. Just looks great. Volunteer zucchini plant. Right there's a zucchini growing. More basil. These I'm harvesting all the days. But again, more flowers, more growth on top again. Right there's the only Pam pumpkin I see so far. Now over here, I see some little ones, but that one did not get pollinated back there, so More borage. More cucumbers. I see more to harvest. See another big blue pumpkin over there. Again, I know it's grasshoppers eating these, but like I said, my plants, they're looking pretty sickly. Still got some new growth. Got old, got flowers. Whatever produces, produces. I should weed around these, but I'm almost thinking where I didn't weed, the plants are actually looking better. Ooh, I do have another little pumpkin there. As long as I get at least 3 p.m. pumpkins for my son to carve for Halloween. That's my goal with them. Just to have a few to be able to be carved. And another row, another row. Lots more. Oop, got a tomato plant that's tipped over. Got to stake some more up, I see. Again. More pumpkin, or tomatoes. You know, I have not gotten anything off of this volunteer squash plant. But you never know. More pickles or cucumbers. Yep, I just harvested these yesterday and I see so many more to pick now. But new growth, old over here. My zucchini's over here. See this blue pumpkin, all the new growth on it over here. There's another little pumpkin. There's that big one. Again, okra. Look at all the ants. I don't know if it'll focus, but just filled with ants eating all the bugs off of them. Just covered. And there's our sweet little pollinator, busy at work. So see that? It's going right through the fence. And we have more cucumbers. More cucumbers. Tomatillos are doing excellent. I got to get out here, go through them. I pick a few here and there that I see are ready, but I really got to sit down and go through them. Some spaghetti squash, turnips, got turnips in here coming up, and what do you call them other ones? Beets on the other end, they're coming up. This has more cucumbers in through here, mixed in with onions here and there. Another row of onions. Then we come into more cucumbers, broccoli. One lone cabbage. And volunteer tomato. See all these tomatoes? That got so heavy it just literally, I don't know if you can see, but that pole went from up here to bent over to here, and all the tomato plants just dropped, and I can't get it to stand up. But these got diseases on them. But new growth again. So, yeah, we'll let them keep growing. New growth, new flowers. But, and we'll go up this way, because that's all tomatoes. New growth. Basil all in there, marigolds. So. Beets coming up. Look at that, more cucumbers, imagine that. These acorns are doing great. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll definitely have enough acorns for one a month. See, more beets. Rutabagas. That's what else is in here. Rutabagas. And then it's a little late for the butternut squash to recover from all the chewings. I've got butternut or spaghetti squash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that I see right here. And you can see they were chewed off too. And just tomatoes. So okay, so by going through the gardens, you can see I do not keep up on all the weeds like I should. There's no possible way. It's harvest time. I have been getting at least 5-gallon buckets every other day. As you could see, I still got things in there I got to plant. So what I'm doing now, or what I have been doing, the dead plants like the cucumbers, I'm getting rid of. Getting them tossed. Getting the bucket, the barrels that they've come out of ready for next year. Just getting them cleaned up, tipping them over. They're not where they're going to be stored, but it's starting to do that. I got peas to do, so I got to clean out that old pea spot, and I'll probably clean out on the other side of the Swiss chard. Get a bunch more regular peas planted. See if I can squeeze in a good harvest of them. Maybe put some on this side too. And then it's just really, it's the end of the year. My big stuff that I've really got to get into the pantry now is mainly spaghetti sauce, salsa, and I have 2 freezers full of tomatoes. So definitely have plenty. I'll do more, you know, with when I get the cabbage, that kind of stuff. And I know your onions, you're supposed to keep weeds out from around. They're finicky on that, and that is true. So that's one of my priorities this week too, is to clean out around some of the onions. I'm really just focusing on certain areas right now that I can. weather permitting, because we went from super hot, super dry, no rain, and that's what made a lot of my plants look like crap. Even with me watering every other day, it still was nowhere near enough. And so now it's cooled down, which is great. It helps the garden look great. We've gotten a lot of rain, but now they're calling for rain off and on all week. So it's just gonna depend. And you know, I really need to start harvesting some stuff and get them on the dehydrator, like the borage, probably some parsley, the oregano, figuring out how to do the St. John's wort, lemon balm, that kind of stuff for teas. The basil, gonna dry out a lot of the basils, and just kind of see what grows, see what doesn't. Kind of try and think about what I might try in the basement this year. I've kind of tossed a few things. Definitely not trying cucumbers. I have so many. I have frozen cucumbers for juices. I have so many pickles, definitely enough pickles. I've frozen them. I've made cucumber juice. I've got that frozen. So I've definitely got enough cucumbers for now. Green beans, I'm getting enough of them canned that I probably won't need cucumbers. So peppers, all I seem to do is, it doesn't matter where, if they're inside, I have trouble with aphids on them. So that's rather, and last winter, you know, I killed a lot of my pepper plants because I tried the neem oil on them, and I was having to spray that almost every day. And I tried the dishwasher detergent trick, killed it. So tried the 7. I've tried just wiping the leaves, washing them with a mist on the hose. I don't know. It's just one of those things. So I'll think about it and go through my seeds, see what I have and what not. And I know I'm going to move a couple of things in the basement to try growing different things. But this watermelon back here, well, you can't see it, but that watermelon that's back there, it's over here. I am going to take that, if it's not fully grown all the way, and carefully take that over to the basement. But I still got time. I still got about a month and a half. Easy. And you know, the sun really hasn't hardly been out much, and it's still over 80 degrees in here, and I have to run the fan today, so. And that's with the windows open. So I'm just rambling, but just wanted to give you guys a quick peek on what's been going on, and just been dealing with life, and you know how that goes when you have kids and back to school. So yeah, it's just been kind of busy. So, but thanks for coming along. Hope you enjoyed this long video, and please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I hope you come back. Thanks guys. Toodles.